Hi, I'm Michelle Beckett, and these are some of the hot topics in Latin America this week. But first, our news trivia. Which of these three mountain peaks, the highest in the region, lost most of their snow in 2020? We'll have the answer later. Chile is the champion when it comes to COVID-19 vaccinations in Latin America. This week, 5 million people became fully vaccinated, another 7 million are waiting for a second dose, and by June, 80% of the population should be inoculated. Now, despite the large amount of vaccinations, there is still a high number of cases in the country. Meet the Pacaya volcano and its rivers of lava. It's not far from Guatemala's capital, and it's been erupting for weeks. Fortunately, there are no victims, but the government has set up several shelters because some 20,000 farmers live nearby. Here in Colombia, we entered a strict pandemic lockdown last year. It was supposed to last a few weeks, but it lasted 5 months. This is how I met shoe shiner Luis Ricardo Guerrero, who went from making $20 per day to almost nothing.
Que eso es lo de los transportes. Muchas veces le quedan a unos 5,000 pesitos que, como le digo, muchas veces gracias a Dios para una librita de arroz son un huevo.
The government provided cash transfer programs, but some experts say up to 2.3 million people could fall below the poverty line in 2021. Now let's move to Argentina, where President Alberto Fernández tested positive for COVID-19 despite having received the Sputnik vaccine back in January.
We know he had mild symptoms. He even delivered an important TV address while in isolation. So what many doctors here have been explaining is that this case lends support to the idea that while vaccines are no guarantee against the coronavirus, they do prevent serious illness. In Argentina, as hospital intensive care units are hitting 100% occupancy, the vaccine rollout remains slow. Perhaps the bottom line is that people want whatever vaccine they can get.
And now let's talk about what stories we're following for next week.
Okay, first, Venezuela will complete payment on 11.3 million vaccine doses from the international COVAX initiative. So far, the government has secured less than 1 million doses from different vendors. The plan is to begin a massive vaccination campaign by the end of June. Second, Mexico's president will ask President Biden to provide monthly stipends to farmers who grow fruit trees and timber in Mexico and Central America. Now, the proposal seeks to contain migration while also saving the planet. Third, football is calling timeout in Bolivia after its players went on strike. Now, the players don't approve of a recently created committee to solve contract disputes between players and the clubs. So next week will be really key for these negotiations. Let's see what happens.
Before we go, here's the answer to our news trivia. The peak that lost the most snow in 2020 is the Aconcagua, the highest peak in the Western Hemisphere. In recent months, it's been seen with no snow at all as a result of climate change. That's it for this week. We'll see you again next time on Latin America Now.